What's up, everybody? This is Dingbat here. I'm making my first YouTube Be a GM series right now. I hope you guys are going to enjoy this. I'm going to do the Boston Bruins. They're my favorite team, sadly to say. GM Peter Chiarelli did just get fired this offseason. Made some pretty costly moves over the past few years to put them in the spot they're in. We're going to try to rebuild the team, see what we can do. I think with some minor tweaks, we can make this a playoff contender. I don't think it's going to need a complete rebuild, but it'll be a fun process and seeing the guys phase in and out. I've seen a lot of people on YouTube make these type of videos, so I'm just giving it a shot. So this is going to be our episode 1 startup. Once again, we're choosing the Boston Bruins. So let's see here. We're going to change our rules and settings, make sure we're all good. We want everything to be as realistic as possible in this GM Dingbat / Don Sweeney era, the new GM of the Boston Bruins. Although it looks like Claude is still going to be in office. We want auto, CPU traits on, pro difficulty, we'll go all-star Jasper. 20-minute period length. We're gonna leave the trade difficulty at medium. I've seen some people put it at hard. They said it's nearly impossible to make trades. So since this is our first series, we're just gonna make it kind of standard. I think all of these rules are fine. Assistant coach edit lines, no. Auto rotate goalies, we're gonna keep that on. I'm gonna assume that works pretty well. I don't see us changing much with our goalies. We have Tuukka Rask, and hopefully they'll play him about 75% of the time. Okay, all this other stuff. Alright. I think we're good to go. I don't think we want the salary cap on. We want it to make it nice and difficult and realistic here. And we're not going to try to make too many unrealistic moves. Want to keep it plausible, and hopefully the real life Bruins can make some similar. It does seem to work out, but we shall see. Alright, so we're going to start looking at our lines. Let's take a look who we have on the current roster, and then we'll maybe see who more of a second line for center in my opinion. But in this circumstance, he is so talented all around. I don't have a problem with him at all at our first line center. He's locked up long term. He's on a good deal, I think, and he is the cover boy, so I don't see us trading him at all. The other two guys, however, Milan Lucic and Brad Marchand, I personally don't have too much of a problem with them. I know a lot of Bruins fans don't care for Lucic as much. He really brings a physical presence, though, that would be missed, and I think I would like to see him stay. I don't think his sluggishness and beer drinking days off, as he declined towards the end of last year, only 83 overall. I like to play it out a little bit longer with him. If this team starts doing bad, we can always trade him at the deadline or try to get him through some youth. But for now, I think he's a good guy to hold on to. The other guys, Danny Paille, Chris Kelly, and Greg Campbell. Them three in particular. From what I remember, aren't on that great of contracts. They're solid fourth line guys, but the past few years they haven't been putting the puck in the net. First and foremost, Chris Kelly's a great fourth line center, but he's not going to score. He's good for penalty kills and everything. So depending on how close we are to the cap, I know we're already close. I don't know how much room we'll be able to free up. It'll be a struggle. Take a look over the defense. Chara. You know, if we're being realistic, he's going to stay on the team. It's sad to say, I'm not a fan at all of Zdeno Chara. I'd like to see him go, but he loves the city of Boston. He's locked up long term. He is the captain. He's the face of the franchise, pretty much. So I don't think he's going to be going anywhere. He is in a decline, and it's going to stink holding on to that salary, but I really don't see the Bruins moving on from him with that no trade clause, and he says he loves the city. So I think we're going to be looking for a top 4 defenseman here, a two-way defenseman preferably. Seidenberg is declining as well. We're going to try to find someone to replace basically Chara and Seidenberg, as they're going to probably fade out in only a few years. Kevin Miller and Adam McQuaid aren't bad options for 6th defenseman, but we really need a top 4 guy. So I don't think we'll be trading anyone. Dougie Hamilton, he's going to be here for a long term. Torrey Krug is great, but he's more of a 3rd deep pair type person. He should really belong down here. In the 3rd deep pair and offensive power plays, of course. He's a great puck moving defenseman, but I don't want to give him too many minutes. So that's our lines for right now. And our goalies, of course, Tuukka Rask and Nicholas Fedberg. Tuukka Rask is locked up long term as well. We signed new contracts. Alright, so we'll look at our contracts here. That's our offer sheet. My bad. Missed all contracts. Alright, so as you can see, Patrice Bergeron locked up long term. We don't have to worry about him. 6.5 a year, I'll take that all day. 91 overall, only 29 still. It seems like he's been in the league forever, but that's what happens when you come in at like 18. David Krejci, this contract you can see, long term. Way to go, Claude. Really made this. This one is not going to pay off for us. I'm going to try to dump him now, before he starts to, what I think is the decline. He had that injury midway through last season, of course. You know, just after he signed this contract. He was a great playoff performer, but we are really tight against the cap here. So it's going to be very difficult to, as you can see at the top here, project to spend 68.48 in salary cap 69. So we got about $500,000 to work with. He'd be a great salary to get rid of and not have to worry about long term. Zdeno Chara, like I said, I'd love to get rid of him, but you know, if we're being realistic, I don't think he's the guy to move. Campbell, you know, it's a $6. I'll probably put him on the block. Chris Kelly, he's not a bad 4th liner. He has great chemistry with the guys in the locker room. And as much as you don't want to spend $3 million, he's only on the books for 1 more year. Soderberg, Spooner, I'd love to develop. None of these guys are big money. Torrey Krug, that's fine for 2 years. Seidenberg, he's a guy we might look to move, $4 million a year. On a decline, he's 85 overall, but we'll probably hang on to him for now. Lucic at $6 million for 2 years. I still like him at 88 overall. I'm going to hold on to him. Marchand, I'll take a top 6 forward for that price, absolutely. Riley Smith, here's the other guy I wanted to look at, and maybe Louis Eriksson. But for now, Riley Smith, I think he's going to have good trade value at 23 years old. I don't think he's ever going to really crack a top 6. He's projected medium potential, top 9 forward. He's on a somewhat decent deal, but I think we could get help us get that two-way or defensive defenseman that I'm looking for, and between him and Krejci and the other person I was looking at trading, Malcolm Subban. If you're a Boston fan, you've heard a lot of talk about him being traded. Hopefully you didn't see the game he came up and played, because he looked terrible, the one game he played for the Bruins. But he does have trade value right now, and with Tuukka Rask as our #1 goalie, he is a great prospect to trade, so I might try to trade him for a scorer or defenseman as well. I think those are the 3 guys I'm going to look at targeting. I'm thinking Sweeney might be looking the same way, although Krejci might be a little bit of a stretch, as well as Smith, as they just signed contracts, but I'm thinking with a new GM, anything's really possible, so I don't see it out of the realm of possibility. So, with that being said, let's take a look, see who's interested in those guys. We're going to start with David Krejci. See, that trade value is just through the roof right now for Krejci. That'll be huge trying to pick up somebody. 28 years old, 89. He is elite, but his potential is exact, so I doubt he'll ever improve much more. So I'd like to get someone a little bit younger and that two-way defenseman or defensive defenseman to help out that top 4D group as the other guys decline. Oh, didn't want to go in there. So Anaheim is interested. Let's take a look at the teams interested. Anaheim, Arizona, Carolina, Calgary, Detroit, Edmonton. Wow, we get a lot of teams. LA, Montreal, Nashville, New York, Philly, St. Louis. Must have over a dozen teams here, so let's start with Washington. So do they have anyone that we're really interested in that we could actually see them plausibly trade? I can't see them trade John Carlson, who'd be the one person I want. Mike Green's a little bit older and more on the offensive side, so I'm not quite too big of a fan of him. I don't really see anyone else that is going to be either that elite scorer that's plausible that they would trade. So we don't have a first line guy here or a top D man. Okay, let's keep going. Vancouver. Okay, they have Dan Hamhuis, who would be a wonderful pickup, but he's a little on the older end, and he is by far their #1 D man. They're not going to be trading a defenseman. Toronto. I don't even know why I'm looking. That's in conference. They're not going to be trading a solid D man. They don't have a solid D man. They want youth. Tampa. They're going to have Hedman. They have Anthony D'Angelo. He's only 66 overall though. So not a guy you can implement right away. Be a great prospect to have, but not what we're looking for. St. Louis, they're going to have a lot of defensemen. Petrangelo, Shattenkirk, Bouwmeester. So Shattenkirk, he is a BU alum. Wouldn't be a bad person to get. They're asking quite a bit. I see them having these top 3 defensemen here. I don't see them moving on from any of them. I really don't. Do they? Yeah, they have David Backes, Paul Stastny. He's a two-way type guy, right? Yeah, two-way. Stastny's probably a two-way or a playmaker. So they don't really need that first line center as much. I don't know. I don't think they're going to be that great of a trade fit. Philly, I don't think they have a single defenseman on the team. Yeah, they get a prospect, Hag, but they have some pretty brutal defensemen. Not going to be who we're looking for here. Ottawa doesn't want him. New York. New York has a slew of defensemen. McDonough, he would be a lovely guy to get. Yandel, he is from Massachusetts. They did just acquire him though. McDonough's probably the only guy I'd really want, and he's probably out of the realm of possibility. Nashville, now they breed defensemen. Look at how many defensemen they have. Shea Weber, Foundation, franchise. Seth Jones, he's projected elite. Roman Josi, he's phenomenal. 24 years old too, 86 overall. His value's kind of low. And same with Ellis. Ellis is a 83 overall, but they have some solid defensemen. They're known to produce a lot of defensemen. They did part ways with Ryan Suter, so I could see them doing it again. Maybe we could target. I mean, not with Shea Weber, of course, but maybe Roman Josi. He's Jones is more of a two-way. They just offensive. They just drafted him. Roman Josi would be a perfect fit, I think. Let's keep going. But we're gonna come back. We're not gonna be trading with Montreal. Subban would be awesome to have. LA, they're gonna just have Doughty. Edmonton, Schultz wouldn't be bad, but he's their only defenseman. Detroit, they already have plenty of centers. Calgary wouldn't be bad. No. Weidman, the former Bruin. Oh, another great move by Claude, if you ask me. Brody, I do like Brody. Russell's not bad. They're all a little bit older though. I'm leaning towards trading with Nashville here. Carolina, they have Justin Falk. He's phenomenal. Yeah, he's their only defenseman. Arizona, they have more offensive guys in Anaheim. I'm gonna try Nashville. So let's go back to Nashville. I'm gonna try to pick up Roman Josi here. Okay, so I think straight up that would definitely work. We're clearing off some cap. Maybe we can get a little bit more youth. They're probably gonna want. Let's see, players in the block. Doesn't really say their wants. I would imagine though they probably want. Let's take a look. Forwards. James Neal, Philip Forsberg. I think they want to contend right now. They don't have any right wingers. Yeah. So I think we could possibly throw Riley Smith in here and try to pick up this prospect. Take a look. Pontus Aberg. You know, he's got good potential, 75 overall, high potential, top 6 forward. They might be looking for a goal scorer right now. I think Krejci would be a perfect fit in between Forsberg and Neal. That would be a great, solid first line. They got that playmaker to feed the 2 snipers. Aberg, they're just looking to get another NHL talent right now. Aberg, I can put in AHL. We would be losing 2 of our top 6 guys. But we can try to get someone back with Malcolm Subban. Let's take a look here. Yeah, I think that might work. Smith, Krejci. I'm gonna try to sneak out a pick as well. Might be able to get a little bit of a pick here. Can't hurt. Okay, they only have a second, so let's try to get their third in there as well. So Krejci, Riley Smith for Roman Josi, which would be a great foundation for a 2-way defenseman to bring up with Torrey Krug and Dougie Hamilton. Hamilton and Josi would be a great 1-2 pair. Let's see. Let's gonna try to propose this. Trade accepted. All right. Have to accept this proposal on behalf of the Nashville Predators. We consider it a done deal. All right. So we solved our problem with 2-way defenseman. We did create a little bit of a hole though. We do now have to fill that second line center, and we need a right winger. So I'm looking for a more elite goal scorer now. I want to see Malcolm Subban's trade value. I think it's going to be relatively high. Malcolm Subban. That's pretty solid. That's pretty solid for only a 79 overall. He has a medium potential to be elite. That's awesome. I'd love to keep him in the system, but in order to make this a competitive team, they do need some more scoring. That's the #1 need probably on this team right now. I think we really solidified that D-core, and we can rotate some guys in at the 6th D spot and let the older guys like Char and Seidenberg age out, which they probably will. Maybe we'll put Seidenberg on the block, see what type of trades we'll get for him. But for now, we'll keep him on the team. How much cap space we got? We freed up some cap space with that trade too. That's what I was really looking for. 62 million out of 69. So let's see what teams are interested in Subban. So hopefully somebody. The LA Kings. Just the LA Kings. Oh, Tampa Bay. Can look at Tampa Bay. They are in the same conference, so we don't want goalies. We want forwards. They do have a great, crew of forwards. I don't know if they're really looking to trade anyone. Ryan Callahan, no, not really. Jonathan Drouin would be awesome, but that's way too pricey. Palat, Kucherov would be nice. 21 years old too. Damn. Okay, so we'll keep Kucherov in mind. They have him second line forward, puck skills, shooting 88, 88, 89, 89. Nikita Kucherov. They do have quite a bit, so we really need a right winger. So I don't know if I could really see them getting rid of him. Maybe, maybe not. His trade value is down though. He has a low potential. Okay, let's see what LA has to offer first. Weigh it out. Okay, Tyler Toffoli. He's not that sniper. Marian Gaborik. Now that's the sniper and speed we're really looking for. Wrist shot accuracy and power 90 and 91. He is older. Could bring that veteran presence in though. His trade value. Okay, let's see. It's the left side of that A. What was Nikita Kucherov's? Tampa Bay. More, he's slightly more towards the middle. Let's check out from Subban. He's past it. He's closer to the D. Maybe right between the A and the D, or closer to the D. So I think we could get it straight up for either one. The question is, do we want Gaborik with a little bit? He's gonna be a little bit older, or Nikita Kucherov? He has low potential though. Let's look one more time the stats: 88, 88, 89, 89. You know, a lot of people you'll see go for these young guys. I don't think Tampa would be that willing to trade him. It's in the same conference as well. They don't really. It doesn't make as much sense as I think LA. LA, they feel like is more in a rebuild. I want to try to make it as realistic as possible. Kucherov just seems like so good of a fit on that team. I don't see them moving on from him. Marian Gaborik kind of does move around quite a bit, and they might be looking for more youth and rebuild after this terrible year that they had. So we did. Let's take a look here. Okay. Let's see. Maybe we can get another draft pick. Alright, so probably not their first. We could probably get their second. If for some reason, yeah, Buffalo's probably gonna be the first pick of the second round. Try that. Disapprove more than 45 skaters in the organization. Okay, so they need another skater. So let's see if they want anyone on our team that we would love to get rid of. Okay, so we want all of these guys. We don't want to get Boy Cypher. A little bit lower value. Okay. Alright, we could get rid of Danny Paille. We could get rid of Campbell. Kelly, we want to keep probably. You know what? I'm not a fan of Max Talbot. I kind of liked him on Pittsburgh. They kind of want him. He is on a relatively good deal, but we did free up some cap space, so I'm going to get rid of Max Talbot. They do want him. Let's try this one out. Yeah, that seems fair to me. Alright, so we got that top 6 forward that we're looking for. We're going to be a little short on defensemen. I'm sorry, not defensemen, centers. I knew that going in. That's was kind of my strategy because we do have Ryan Spooner coming up. I want to keep him on the 4th line for now. But with Kelly being on the team another year, I'm going to let the Swedes play together. Aberg is not going to play. Paille. So I think that'll be a decent second line right there. Can't be too disappointed with that. We got that sniper that we were looking for, that goal scorer, so hopefully he can get like 20-25 goals. That'd be awesome. Aberg we're going to need to send down. Kelly, Spooner. We're gonna need to call up Pasternak. That's who we're gonna want. And Conley can play here. Yep. And then, sorry, oh, defense. Here we go. Chara. Okay, we need to get him out. Roman Josi. Okay, Roman Josi. He's gonna be that first D pair guy. Torrey Krug moves down. Chara, Seidenberg. They've played a lot together, so I'll leave them second line for now. Krug, I feel a lot more comfortable with on that third line. He's not eating up as much minutes. Josi can eat up a ton of minutes on the first line. And Hamilton, he's going to be the future as well. So these are two good future defensemen. Krug can develop. We'll try to draft some more. Fill these holes as Chara and Seidenberg fade out. You know what, let me call up David Pasternak. We're going to, unlike Peter Chiarelli, we're going to let the kids play. We want Spooner and Pasternak up there the whole year. Bobby Robbins. There, 81 overall, you know? He's gonna be awesome. Oh, okay, so NHL, I need to say Batberg, that's what we want. So we got that good prospect back too, so hopefully he turns out to be alright. Trotman, send him down, let him play. System. Pasternak, welcome to the Bruins. Stand up here, and we'll have Joe Morrow be a healthy scratch instead of Trotman. Okay, so we'll do best lines, and now we're just gonna go back and edit ourselves. Make it easier ourselves. So we wanted, nope, we want Marchand up here. Gabrick over here. So we get the Swedes together, that first line the same way I had it. Pasternak is going to be down the fourth line. Spooner I want to be in the center. Campbell I don't really like. I'm going to have Campbell on the block as well as Danny Paille. Maybe I should put Cotton. I'm going to leave these guys alone for now. We're going to need to work on our bottom six forwards. We had to give up a lot. I think our top six are alright for now. Hopefully Soderberg can progress. Our center there is the only thing I'm a little concerned about. As far as defense though, my god. I think we are looking great. Josi and Hamilton, Chara, Seidenberg, Krug with Wade. Okay. Special teams. That looks good to me. Krug and Hamilton, Lucic, Soderberg. Yeah, we'll just keep them together. Lucic the first one, Gabrick. Over here, Chara, Josi, Soderberg. Four-man power play. Bergeron, Gabrick. Oh, that's gonna be great. Hamilton, Krug, Soderberg, and Marchand. Yeah, we'll keep Chara out there, I guess. Penalty kill. Bergeron and Kelly. I'm gonna put Kelly as the first one. No. Oops. That's Kelly is the second. Josi that. Chara, Hamilton, Seidenberg. Okay. Wanted Erickson up. Okay, Kelly with Campbell on the second pair. I was thinking putting Bergeron on the PK2 just to give him a little bit more rest since he's on PP1 and on the first line, but you know, that's what he's there for. He's the franchise for a reason. Bergeron, Kelly, Chara, Seidenberg, Josi. Oh, we're reducing Chara's minutes pretty dramatically. I know he's 89 overall, but I just don't. I can't see stand seeing him get all his minutes. Extras. 4 on 4. I do like that. So definitely not. Yeah. Krug, Hamilton, Yossi, Seidenberg, Soderberg. Put Martian out here. We want the speed. Oops. Alright, Bergeron, Martian, Krug, Hamilton, Soderberg, Gabrick. Okay, Krug, so we took him out before, so we'll chart here, nothing more than 15. That much more time, maybe in overtime. Okay, so he put Martian in, so I guess Erickson. Extra attacker, Bergeron, Char. Put Marion Gabrick. Never been that big of a fan of Gabrick, but you know we'll try him out. I think he's a sniper, and I think he's the exact type of person that they'll need. Shootout, Martian, Lucic, hell no. Gabrick, Jackson's fine, and actually we want David Pasternak. Alright. I think that looks pretty good. I think we're in good shape. Ran a little long in the first video, just over half hour. Appreciate it if you stayed tuned for the whole video. This is going to be our foundation team. We're going to start our simulation next episode. I think this will give us a much better chance to win. We'll see how it goes. If not, we can always edit and change our approach and tank or go for the cup, add someone. But we did free up some cap room, make some trades. I had a good time. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and like